Bryce, I want to thank you for coming to camp. My name is Thad Johnson with ABC, and we'll be doing your pitching video here today. Take a look at a couple different things, your balance position, direction to home plate, and then your follow through. Um, First thing we want to do is we want to load you up in the balance position, talk about a couple different things at the beginning of your delivery. I've drawn a line right here that's going to indicate where I'd like to see your head get to that line. And if your head gets to that line, basically what it means is your body has gotten back over your back leg. A couple things to remember: you want to make sure you keep your weight on the front of your right foot, uh, the ball of your right foot. Okay, and before we get started, I'd really like to see you, Bryce. Um, Sink this back elbow, just relax a little bit more. You can have a high set, but what happens is your hands get a little bit too far ahead and behind your body, and what you do is you hang on to your hands a little bit too long through your balance position. And if you just lower it a little bit, what I feel like would happen, they'll sink a little bit earlier, and you're going to release your hands. You're going to take that ball out just a little bit earlier. Guys that have this rotation, this premature rotation at the top, which is something that you do. Okay, you really rotate those front hip or those shoulders, and you rotate your hips. It's not necessarily a bad thing, and to be real honest with you, watching your video, it tends to work for you. I think you can use it. I think a guy to look at who has a rotational delivery is a Jeff Weaver for the Anaheim Angels, and or Jared Weaver, excuse me. But Weaver has this early rotation at the balance point. But what you'll see is he will release his hands just a little bit earlier than you do. And one thing to help that, Bryce, is again at that set position. I'd like you to just lower your hands a little bit and don't let them get so high when you lift. But as we go into that balance position, you do a great job of getting to the top. Okay, as we move forward, you do a good job keeping your weight back. I'd like to see you just create a little bit more lower half weight in the lower half, and by doing this, what you'll do is the hips being as flat as they are, they'll start to tilt upwards, and if you can create some tilt in that lower half, you're really going to be powerful on the backside. You do an awesome job of taking the rotation and turning it into a directional movement. Which is really hard to do with that rotation you have. So, I mean, from a pitchability standpoint, I think you're going to be able to use it. It's going to add to some deception. One thing as we move forward, we talk about the directional side. Let's make sure that we're stepping in line with home plate. You look to just be just a little closed off with that front foot. Let's go ahead and just make sure that when you stride, that heel and that toe, okay, are parallel with the stride line, with the directional line. Your top half is in a good position. Your head's on line. You got just a slight tilt with the upper half. Not a huge issue. Ideally, we'd like to be a little bit more level. But again, Bryce, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect to work, and you're not ever going to be perfect with your mechanics. But it looks like you can definitely use what you're doing. You can use what you're doing to be effective. Now, as we get to the rotational and the release point of the delivery and the follow through, this is where we're going to really talk about some things that you need to make an adjustment with. At this loaded position, this is you have the balance position that kind of sets up the delivery, and the second important part is this loaded position, or the directional, or excuse me, the foot strike position. And at this point, this is where you really need to start thinking about really being aggressive and attacking the top of the baseball and driving through it. And as we move forward, you just never ever get your chest out forward. We need to do a better job of getting your chest out over your front foot. getting your head, okay, forward out over your front foot. And by doing this, you're going to take that back. Your back is going to lean over a little bit more. You know, you're going to get to a little bit more of a lean over in your back, and your posture is going to lean over the front foot to help with this. But you need to get through. You need to really get through the pitch at release. Okay, and in order for you to drive that baseball down, you need to get extension, and you really need to get on top of the ball where your finish, when you finish, as opposed to standing upright, which you are, and deaccelerating your delivery. Be real aggressive and get out there and get out over that front leg, so your back is really getting out there. You know, that this heel with that high arm slot that you have, that heel should come all the way up and almost pass through the same slot that your arm does at release. So you need to do a better job of just really getting through the pitch. One of the best drills you can use, one is a knee drill, a one knee drill, where you just take yourself from the loaded position, sink your back knee into the ground, and really work on driving the top half through this. So you're going to pitch on one knee, or you're going to throw with a partner on one knee, extend the distance out to like 90 to 120 feet, drive through the pitch with the top half. What you're going to find that top half backside is really going to get out in front over that front knee, and you're going to get forward. If you get a little right to left action going, you're going to feel an imbalance. You're going to want to fall over. So it really helps with the directional stuff and being aggressive. Another drill to do is a towel drill, where you have a partner with a glove stand out in front of you. Preferably for you, Bryce, I'd like a low target, extended distance out in front, and really work to extend, reach, and get all the way out to full extension with your release, and really bend over to get that extension in the top half. So a couple drills you can do to work on. Overall, you know, a little bit different delivery, but I think it works. I think it has a deception. Deception's always good, and you know, not everybody's the same. So I think this delivery can work for you. You really got to pound away on the end of that delivery to get that extension out and create some downward angle on your pitches. I want to thank you for coming to camp. I look forward to seeing you out there again sometime soon.